Hey, welcome back to Board Time Garage. Not much going on around here. Been traveling, watching drag racing, visiting people. Not much working on stuff, but a little bit. Let me show you. So, um, I'm trying to turn this junk into junk that works, sort of thing. Because I'm not using this axle or this weird suspension setup that's homemade, but I do want it to function, and I do want it to be low. So I got some spring shackles that I recycled, and this section I'm going to take that right off there. I'm going to remove that stuff right from the axle. Actually, I'm not sure if that's tomorrow, and then have the same type of front suspension that was on Model A Ford, early Fords. So what I want to do is have the spring, well, almost sort of like that. The spring is going to be behind the axle. So, yeah, I'm just kind of in the process of taking this stuff apart. I'm going to remove this section and see if we can't make a shackle swing in there enough just to make it work. So I was working, on the ride height, and that's pretty low. Close enough. It didn't have a very nice suspension setup before, so I added this. First I put it on too high and I cut it off, moved it lower. Made these little brackets today with angle iron and an old U-bolt, right, just to duplicate the early Ford style suspension, just so we have a rolling chassis, right, with a functioning suspension. Because I'm thinking this car is gonna get 4-link suspension and coilover shocks. I'm thinking, right? We're not gonna do the transverse leaf spring, which is common on an early Ford. So yeah, we'll probably do 4-link suspension and coilover shocks, and then just mount it right on the back of the frame. Make the shock mounts, back of the frame, panhard bar, maybe a sway bar, I don't know. But anyways, the idea is now we have the car sitting on the rear suspension. I don't have the U-bolts in yet, so the next visit we'll probably drill some holes. I do have some plates that I recycled today off of some old stuff, so put a plate on the bottom and probably just 4 bolts instead of U-bolts, and so that's it, I guess. We'll So something I just noticed, that it's sitting here. The body's not quite true here. You can see there's the opening, the quarter panel, and on this side it's over like half an inch. So yeah, I guess before we really worry about that, we'll get the frame up in the air and make sure the frame is level, and then we'll go from there. Or maybe we'll just won't worry about that until we're actually assembling the car with steel. Because I have these braces put in. This is temporary. This stuff is temporary, just to kind of hold the car together. And then I threw some stuff in underneath here. The gray pipe is temporary. The piece of bed frame angle iron across sitting on top of the frame, that is temporary. And sorry about my hand. The piece of steel that those two gray tubes are welded to, I added that into the car because between the two quarter panels there was nothing but wood. If I take off that trunk lid, there is no metal between the two quarter panels. So much wood in this car. I don't know. I'm gonna have my work cut out to make this functioning hot rod with no wood in it, because yeah, I want to make a solid car. So that means every panel on this car needs to be connected with other than wood, because that's all that connects each panel on this car is wood, right? Like this little panel connects to the wood, right? This panel is connected to the wood that's inside. Right? That's wood. And then that wood goes all the way down this A-pillar inside, and you can see it over there, right? That's wood. So yeah, wooden sump frame for the floor. So we're gonna make a wooden frame. Yeah, lots of work. But you know, it'll either get done or it won't. That's just the thing of it all, right? I'll work on it when I can, spend money on it when I can, finish the 67. Maybe I'll sell the 67 and just work on a traditional hot rod. Hard to say. Once the 67 is done, who knows, maybe the drag racing bug will get me real good and we'll go drag racing. You know. So as it is, the 28 has a functioning rear suspension that is for mock-up purposes. It's not necessarily going to be, well, it isn't going to be the forever suspension. It's just there to give me an idea about the ride height. I think I like it. And we'll go from there, as always. Yeah, because it's a modern tube chassis, like maybe even homemade. Not 100% sure. The front suspension components on that axle are homemade for sure. The ladder bars, they look homemade. So yeah, I'm not really going to use any of that stuff. This is just for mock-up, have it roll around. could work on a lot of other things on this car before I even get to the suspension. Actually, I got a whole body to build. So anyways, made a Facebook post yesterday on my Facebook page, just saying I was up to stuff and I didn't really have anything to show, so I thought I'd make a video and show you what I got done. It's really hot out and it's Friday, so I might go for a rip on the motorcycle. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for tuning in.